Steven Crowder humor. That's exactly what it is. Dude learned all of his comedy from the Crowder school of absurdity. All right, I gotta talk about someone. I have not covered this person before, but their name is Cassidy Campbell. They are ostensibly a comedian, and I came across their stuff on Twitter, and it caused me to go, oh, I really need to take a moment to look at your stuff and see what's going on. Now, one of the first things I saw when looking at this person's Twitter is this. I'm sorry, when your pinned tweet is Steven Anderson, I'm sorry, that's enough. That's enough internet for one day when that's what I see. Well, let's go to the fan art section, and then we will dig a little further into this this character. This bit is from Zoo Potato, or the Living Thrash Can. No context is given, but we have a very big boobed Suris with also abs. There we go. This one is from Lunar Muse Serenity, a new outfit drop. Lunar's entire shtick on the Discord is dropping new outfit ideas, and it is wonderful. The next one we have is from Daddy Tronos. Said, Twitter is at Daddy Tronos. If you would like to follow me there, it'd be great to get noticed by beloved Suris and his fax-slaying bigots. I didn't draw the ears because I didn't want to, but I give... can I give an... Hada, what a disgraceful beast you are, please. Sure, I guess you can. As always, everyone, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it onto the fan art section of the Discord. But the video of his that I wanted to take a look at with you all is called BLM Activist Demands Reparations and George Floyd Bill for Schools. Frisco, Texas City Council. Remember, everyone, this is a comedian, ostensibly.
Hey, what up? What up, pimp? So, it's tax season right now. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to my kids. It's the only time of the year I ever play my kids. You feel? But yes.
All right, so we've got all of the terrible, like, just black dad stereotypes here. We've got the dude walking up with a cigarello. Looks like a Black and Mild. Could be it. Look, I was working in Marietta as a gas station clerk. I know where that stereotype comes from. But somebody just actively walking in with the stereotype, and then being the father who went away for milk. I only claim my kids during tax season. Yeah, Swisher Sweet could be that as well. Black and Mild, Swisher Sweet. I can't remember what the other one is. Sweet Owls or something like that? White Owls, that's the other one. He's deliberately trying to hit like every racial stereotype he can. Walking in with a do-rag, walking in with a BLM shirt. Remember, guys, comedian. Now, this could be funny if this were like a piece in a piece of fictional media. This could even be funny, maybe, if this were a stand-up routine that was being done, and everybody who was there was, in on the joke, whatever joke there is here. That's not this. This is a person literally going to city council and doing this at city council. It's not just punching down. It's just yikes. But let's continue. So wait, this isn't a clip for Idiocracy 2? No.
Shout out to them, you feel me? What I was gonna say was, so I just got my ancestry DNA test back and I'm 2% black. The reason I'm up here today is cause y'all trifling and we need to honor my homie George Floyd, who now been sober 2 years, and this is finna be called the Say His Name Bill. All right?
So, George Floyd has now been sober 2 years since the dude's been dead since 2020. Do I even have to explain the joke here? George Floyd was on fentanyl. Ha 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 ha. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny, everybody? Isn't that just hilarious? Isn't that funny, guys? Please laugh. Why aren't you laughing?
So, this is my ancestry DNA test if y'all don't believe me. 2%. So, first of all, let's take a knee to the Pledge of Allegiance of George Floyd while I recite the pledge. Everybody take a knee, please. I pledge allegiance to George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement and the causes for which they stand.
This dude right here, he just wants to die. He just wants to die. He's listening to all of this, and the only thing going in his mind is, I just want this all to end. None of this is funny. I'm trying to figure out who the target audience is for here. Because when you make a joke, you don't make a joke for yourself. You make a joke for a target audience who is supposed to receive the joke, and then they are supposed to laugh if you're doing good at your job. The only people I can see laughing at this are people that go, yeah, all black people definitely act like that. So, racists. The only people I can find laughing at this are racists. But okay.
One sentence. I can't breathe. With methamphetamine and fentanyl for all. Let's get into it now.
And of course, there we are. Again, I've perused the comment section of this video before watching it. There's a lot of people going, people are just mad that he's spitting facts. He's literally just saying all the things they say. Really? Has there been somebody in the BLM movement going, everybody should have fentanyl, guys? All of us, everyone. Really?
Nobody took a knee, I see. I guess y'all racist. Y'all was taking a knee back in 2020, though. Am I the only one still taking knees? So
the only one here who's being actively racist currently is the one speaking on the podium. But, you know.
This is what's finna be on the bill, though, which will be for kindergarten through 12th grade for the month of April.
Duke AJ, thanks for the resubscribe.
White kids need to hold their breath for 8 minutes every day. White kids have to do the black kids' schoolwork. White kids have to give black kids their lunch money, or else they'll go to the principal's office. Everyone will watch George Floyd's sex tape and write an essay on it.
Who is this for? Who is this for? When you make jokes like this, a couple of base assumptions have to be there. These are things that people actually say, for one. Who says that white people, on account of just being white, need to give up their lunch money if they're children? Which people are... Who is saying you have to watch George Floyd's sex tape as a part of reparations? Who is saying this? I'm not only confused now about who the target audience for the joke is, I'm confused about the foundations required to accept the joke. This is the thing with humor. You have to be part of certain bits of culture to understand certain types of humor. If I make a joke about Goku being a terrible father, that's a joke that's only going to land with people who either grew up with Dragon Ball Z or are otherwise part of the anime community. If I make a joke about you being more useless than Flareon, that joke is only really going to land with people who engage in competitive Pokemon battling. Elsewise, you'll get somebody screaming about how their Flareon was definitely useful and definitely didn't fail them, despite it having to be 20 levels higher than the Elite Four to survive a single fucking hit. Those jokes, most jokes, require a couple of base assumptions, a couple of foundational beliefs. Yeah, see, we have Cianis in here showing that the joke was not for them. Cianis was not the target audience for my joke about Flareon. Now, even though Cianis is wrong, and I can prove Cianis is wrong, there's a foundation for that joke that is required, the foundation of being a competitive Pokemon player, else it doesn't land. It doesn't make any sense. I have to then explain the joke to you. Jokes work either when they are significantly subversive, which requires you to have a foundation to subvert, or they reference something that you understand, and therefore there's a foundation for them to reference. So who is this humor for? We have to sit down and ask, who laughs at this? Because this is a comedian. He's writing a joke. Who's the joke for? What's the point?
Every Veterans Day, we will honor George Floyd as he served as a security guard for the Salvation Army. Kids can receive bonus points in the classroom if they hold a pregnant woman at gunpoint. Kids can receive bonus points for using counterfeit $20 bills. Kids can receive bonus points if they record themselves having a fentanyl overdose.
Okay, so again, things that George Floyd did do. Well, we don't know if the $20 bill was actually counterfeit, wholly. Doesn't matter, though. He didn't deserve to die for it. Things George Floyd did in the past are not reasons why the BLM movement latched itself onto George Floyd. Remember, the BLM movement is older than George Floyd's death. It doesn't all hang on George Floyd. And even then, the argument has never been George Floyd is a hero. We have to worship George Floyd. The argument is George Floyd didn't deserve to die. The argument is black people die at a higher rate to the police than is deserved. In comparison to other races, they die more often. And yet, that is not the argument that gets responded to. This straw man is what happens. Yeah, the argument ends up being Floyd was bad, therefore we don't hold cops accountable. This is like the dumb shits that worship, how can I not remember this one? Kyle Rittenhouse, there we go. It's like the people who worship Kyle Rittenhouse and say he was a hero, he killed a pedophile. And like, well, hold on. Did he kill that did he know that person was a pedophile when he did it? And did he kill them for that action? No? Then why is this a celebration? If you did something bad in the past and somebody just randomly kills you after you've gone through the justice system, does that mean that you deserve to just die at that point? Or did you already serve your time? Which one is it? Do we care about the rule of law? Or is this somebody who was justly, deservedly killed? The consistency is never there. It's always a power fantasy at the end of the day. And again, we have to ask ourselves, who is this joke written for? I think it's written for the people who have those kinds of power fantasies.
And live. Students should purposely provoke the police because they're racist and try their best to receive police brutality and be celebrated by BLM with a peaceful protest. Students will be encouraged to do everything possible to get shot by the police and do not comply.
So it is at this point that I think he probably should have been taken off of that stage. Everybody there should know at this point, like they should know what's going on. The idea is there. We should know where we're at, right?
White kids will sit in the back of the bus so that they can live the experience of Rosa Parks. Black kids will start with a baseline grade on all schoolwork of 80%, and white kids will start with 0% in order to end racism. Students will post a black school.
Nobody has ever advocated for anything that dumb. And yeah, the bus comment is equally stupid. There's a difference between having a single experience, usually given to you in like a classroom setting, so that you can properly contextualize and understand what happened in the past, versus being told that to end the bad thing must happen exclusively to everyone else now. And the defense of this will always be, he's a comedian, he's making jokes. Okay, cool. If he's making jokes, did you find it funny? And if you did, why? Explain why this was funny to you. Why did you find the joke funny? Explain it to me. Because if it is a joke, it should be easy to explain the joke.
Square on all social media platforms to end racism and spread equality. Pre-made Molotov cocktails will be for sale in the school store, and it will be highly encouraged that they are used on school police cars. If a white kid acts up in the classroom, the teacher will be called to put on a knee on his neck. If a black kid shoots someone in school, it will be justified and labeled as self-defense.
So why does he still have his 5 minutes? This is Texas, by the way. Joke or not, dude just said that more school shootings should happen. I understand that that is not the entirety of his statement, but that is a component of his statement that was just said, and every parent here is letting it continue.
Because he was bullied, no matter what, due to skin color, and he will be celebrated as a national hero. Black kids will be issued guns in school for protection against white supremacy. The N-word will be called a trigger word, which means they will now be allowed to pull it. Black on black crime will be encouraged.
It's not what a fucking trigger word is. That's not what it means. But I don't have to explain that. If you're watching this, you already know that. If you're listening to this, you know that. And if you're in the stands here, you know that. Said 5/8 of the people sitting behind him are people of color. Why is he still standing there and being racist? Because America has these really weird ideas about freedom of speech that are absolute and also kind of dumb in many ways. So the only humor I can find of this is, God, it would feel so good to beat him with a very large stick. Yeah, I'm not going to encourage violence on someone, though. I'm not. Instead, I would rather encourage shame. I would rather this person get to a point where they actually have to be introspective and go, wait a minute, am I causing more harm than good? Why am I doing this?
Courage, as it is in Chicago, in order to end white supremacy in the name of the greatest mayor of all time, Lori Lightfoot. I love you, Lori. Bless you.
Can you just pause for 1 second? Do we have to allow this to continue?
I'm almost done.
No, I'm sorry. I asked a question to my city attorney.
I would allow this to finish, and then we can go in executive session and talk about this.
Yeah, last time I checked, y'all took a knee for George Floyd. Chick-fil-A will know.
Ooh, Jesus fucking, like, at least there was one official that recognized, like, this is bullshit. This is a waste of our time. Why are we letting this continue? What is the point of this? Because remember, again, this is not somebody doing this in a comedy sketch. This is not somebody doing this on a stage. This is somebody taking taxpayer time and money and wasting it to cater to racists. Let's just call it what it is.
No longer be able to be sold at schools, and Popeyes will replace them because Popeyes is nothing without black lives, and Chick-fil-A is culturally appropriated chicken.
Okay, I just want to actually, like, kill myself after that comment. Like, that's the one. That's the one. Just... There's not really a whole lot I can say to it. It's just playing on a handful of assumed stereotypes. Black people love chicken. Black people love watermelon. Black people love grape sodas. This is what he has. This is the lowest level of baseline humor, and it relies on you being a dipshit. But this is comedy to him. Catering to the absolute lowest common denominator is how he makes his money. Oh, and by the way, spoiler alert, this is how he makes his money. Dude's got 1.62 million subscribers. He definitely makes money off of this. Said chicken is from Asia, you underbaked potato. Oh, here's the thing. He knows this. You notice that I haven't been arguing with the things he said, because arguing with the individual points is pointless here. He's doing this as a joke because he thinks this is funny, and he thinks that his audience thinks it's funny. And the worst part is, they do. Low likes to views, would like to see the dislikes. Oh, wait.
High-speed police chases will be encouraged, and all students who get in them will be moved up one grade and labeled as an honor student. Also, if the car you took in the police chase was stolen, you will receive a full-ride scholarship to an HBCU. If the police chase ends in the shootout, you will automatically be given a free doctorate degree, and you will get a highway named after you.
Again, the base assumption you have to make to find any of that funny is that this is a thing black people do on the regular. You have to assume that these are all black people things to find this funny, to find any humor in this.
Also, since I'm here, where my reparations at? My ancestors were slaves. They built this country. And since they my ancestors, I'm a slave by DNA. So where my reparations at? I mean, we need to stop this racism.
Nobody says you're a slave by DNA. It's just a matter of mathematical probability that you have less access to generational wealth. Though not you, definitely not you, but he relies on nothing but straw men of various points that are made in favor of people of color in the United States in order to come to whatever the fuck this is. Murray says, I'm white and I don't find this funny. This is just douche comedy. Yes. So this man is insane. The thing is, I don't think he's insane. Because he doesn't believe any of the things he's saying. At least, he doesn't believe that they're actual good points. But he definitely believes that somebody believes they are. And so there's a foundation for this caricature.
We need to stop this. You feel me? Hey, stop this racism. Where my reparations at, bruh? Hey, take a knee for me, Mayor. Take a knee like you did in 2020. Take a knee like you did in 2020. Come on, y'all. Shout out my kids. Follow me on Instagram, whiteboyent. $10 story promos. Shout out my kids one more time. Last time you're gonna see them until next tax season.
Thank you.
All right, peace out.
I wonder if he's gonna play the part where they actually like respond to that. No? Interesting. We cut out that part because it would be much less funny to see the fallout from this. It's much better to feel like he got the last word. Because we got to keep that narrative up. If we don't have that narrative, then most of this might potentially fall apart. And wouldn't that be a shame if the humor here, what of it there is, fell apart? But I want to look at these comments real quick. The black dude in row 3 was laughing his butt off. His wife, not so much. Was he? Looked more like he was cringing. We need to honor my boy George Floyd, who's been sober 2 years. This dude's crazy. Ha ha. Isn't this all funny? Black on black crime will be encouraged like it is in Chicago. The lovely counterpoint that's always thrown back. Dude just exposed everything George did, plus the bullshit they're trying to push and try to justify it. Good shit. Remember, lowest common denominator. These are the people that find this funny. And they find it funny because they think the things he's saying are true. And while the individual things, while the individual actions that are pointed to, like George Floyd's past and stuff like that, are true, the overall point is not. Because the point isn't and never was George Floyd's a hero because he's a wonderful person. The overall point was always George Floyd did not deserve to die. There was no reason for him to die. So by the way, you think Snowflake fits Elon Musk actually? I don't know, nor do I care. I don't want him having Twitter. Suris, these people are on the wrong side of the event horizon. Well, yeah, that's why they find that shit funny. But again, if you hate this video, which I do what I'm going to do and measure the length, measure the depth of the drywall with your forehead. Because that's what I'm going to have to do after this. Kids can receive bonus points if they hold a pregnant woman at gunpoint. Balls of iron. Is this really balls of iron, though? Like, dude's entire shtick. When we go to his channel, dude's entire shtick seems to be going to these city council meetings where he knows he can't have any repercussions happen to him. He knows that he can't actually, like, have anything bad happen to him when he does these things. Oh, he had a thing happen 2 hours ago. Jesus fucking Christ. And it just ends up being a waste of everyone's time. Oh, he actually has the White Boy ENT channel. Fucking hell. I don't know what to make of all of this. I don't know whether to make heads or tails of this because the actual thoughts in the person's head are not on display. All that's displayed is the audience that he's catering to when he does this. And I feel like that's enough worth analyzing in and of itself. Because at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself the audience you're creating, why you're catering to them, and why you think they deserve to be catered to. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's my thoughts on this. Kinda hate every second of it. We'll end on
I have a quick question. What is
this
your
thing.
name?
Hey, dude.
Mika?
Hey. You don't hit on her, dude. Do you mind this guy's stranger?
Do you mind backing up?
Well, she just helped me out. I lost
let a
money.
real
Do you
man
help?
work his game.
Listen, you can work your game. I'm just saying she helped me out. I don't want you to harass her. I mean,
Harass?
yeah, I mean, it looks like you're
I'm trying to
play
get
some
them
sort of-
digits. She fine.
But you're all
If
like,
being
ghetto
fine was a
fabulous
crime,
now.
you'd be guilty as charged.
No.
What's up, my husband? That one. He gonna
She's
laugh.
married, dude.
Oh,
She's married.
I ain't with that. You feel me?
She's married, dude. You need to leave her alone, dog. Seriously. What, dude? Quit tripping out all week. I know, dude.
You think this is funny or something?
Yeah, I think it is
You
kind of
think
funny.
it's funny to get in the way when I'm trying to talk to somebody?
I'm saying leave the lady alone is what I'm trying to
You
say.
touch me, you put your hands
No,
on me?
I'm not putting my hands on you. I'm just saying leave the lady.
That's right. That's what I thought, little boy. I have a quick question. What is your name?
So what is the point here? I would assume that the other guy is in on the joke, right? He has to be. He has to be. Because there's no way you do that entire shtick there without having other people in on the prank. Yeah, if he's not, then just press charges at that point. But again, who is this for? Who is supposed to find this funny? Said y'all made her feel good about herself. Yeah, apparently, it looks like from the comments, dude's in on it. He's not actually like assaulting anybody there. But it's one of those things like, why is it funny? Said most people are not in on it. Well, the lady is likely not in on it. The quote assault victim is definitely in on it. So to add representation of people of color, well, yeah, that's again, the caricature assumes that this is a normal thing. And yeah, I've met the odd person who operates that way. I grew up in a fucking ghetto. But come on. Steven Crowder humor, that's exactly what it is. Dude learned all of his comedy from the Crowder school of absurdity. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is just, I want to say cringe, but I'm literally speaking through a cat girl VTuber in a Mario 64 level on the internet. So maybe I'm not the greatest arbiter of what is and isn't cringe. But I think the reasons I find it cringy are better than the reasons somebody would find what I'm doing cringy. At least that's me. But I want to know your thoughts. If you want to support my channel, what I do, there's plenty of ways to do it in the description below. Check out my Patreon if you want to do that. Hit the like button and share if you haven't already. Follow over on Twitch if you haven't already. But that's all I got on this one, guys. Insert end of video tagline here.